Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. Today we're checking out top 10 Oscar-winning British films.
The right answer!
Slum Dog Millionaire!
The Academy Awards
Great
may
movie.
be an American event, but we Brits have a habit of sneaking our way to the top of their ranks. Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Oscar-winning British films.
Alright, y'all. British films are amazing. British actors are so good. They're the best in the world, in my opinion. I'm curious to see what they consider a British film because a lot of films are made in Britain. I didn't realize Slumdog Millionaire was considered a British film, but that was a good film. It was really well done. It won award. It won an Oscar. Yeah, it won Best Film, didn't it? I also saw Lawrence of Arabia on the thumbnail, so I bet that's going to be on the list. Let's see who they say.
For this list, we'll be taking a look at the best of the best British films that have taken home the Academy Awards for Best Picture.
Excellent.
We're only including films that were produced or co-produced by film companies based in the UK.
Okay.
So movies with a British cast or theme which were funded elsewhere, such as Shakespeare in Love or Braveheart, do not count.
Okay.
For this list, it's what's behind the camera that matters, not what's in front of it.
So they're only including films that were produced or co-produced by film companies based in the UK. That makes sense. That makes sense. That's fair. That makes sense. Yeah, there you go. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Number 10, The King's Speech.
Ah,
A
good
royal
one.
occasion
Yes.
to kickstart our countdown. Colin Firth takes the lead role in this historical drama, which chronicles the journey of King George VI to the throne of England whilst overcoming a speech impediment. The film was the toast of the Oscars back in 2011, thanks to its excellent performances and rousing period story.
Forget about the blessed shilling!
It not only took home Best Picture, but also Best Director, Best Original Screenplay, and Best Actor for Firth, who also won the
Well
approval
deserved.
of Queen Elizabeth II for his portrayal of her father.
Man, what a great film. If I was a studio executive and someone came to me and pitched this movie, it's about a king with a stutter who gets over the stutter. I would think that would be a horrible movie. Horrible. Like, really boring. But it was brought to life so well. Colin Firth and Jeffrey Rush, amazing. Wonderful. It was a delightful surprise when I watched it. I expected to hate it, but I liked it. They did a really good job of creating tension with his speeches and his stutter and the anticipation of if he's going to do it right, and building up the stakes of these speeches, you know? When you think, like, from an American's point of view, it's just a speech. If, like, it doesn't, who cares? But the film did a really great job of establishing how important this was and how such a small thing in my eyes as a speech could affect the public's interpretation of him as a leader. Really well done.
Number 9, The English Patient. Though often criticised for its epic length and historical inaccuracies, the majority of people who did sit through this war drama about the Hungarian explorer Laszlo Almásy found it highly engaging. Clearly, the Academy were especially impressed because the film not only took home Best Picture, but 8 additional Oscars. Though it may not be as fondly remembered as fellow 1997 nominees like Fargo or Jerry Maguire, it set the record for most Oscar wins for a British production.
Wow, I have to admit, I've never seen The English Patient. Strangely enough, Ralph Fiennes is probably my favorite actor. He's so consistently good. I have to watch this one now. And back when this came out in 97 or 96, it was not my kind of thing. I remember back then this looked really boring to me, and so I didn't even give it the time of day, but now I need to. I'm surprised I haven't seen it before.
Number 8, 12 Years a Slave.
That's British?
The story of Solomon Northup may have been set on American soil, but this period drama is not only a British co-production, but it's helmed by English director Steve McQueen, and it features major UK acting talent, including Chiwetel Ejiofor and Benedict Cumberbatch in its key roles. The film's harrowing tale of a free man forced into slavery made this a difficult but imperative watch, earning not only the Best Picture award, but also Best Adapted Screenplay and Best Supporting Actress to then newcomer Lupita Nyong'o.
Yeah, I didn't realize this was a British production. Like he said, it takes place in America, so I just assumed. A lot of great English talent in there. I forgot Steve McQueen was English or British. This movie was really good, but it was a hard watch. I don't think I've watched it since my initial viewing. The guy, he's free, he gets captured, and then he becomes a slave. It's horrible. It's like, what a nightmare. It's hard to watch, but really well done. Totally deserving of the Oscar.
Number 7, Slum Dog Millionaire.
Yeah, great
Though set in
film.
India and featuring a predominantly Indian cast, this drama about a young man from the slums reliving his life whilst competing on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is a wholly British film on the other side of the camera. Directed by Danny Boyle and written by Simon Beaufoy, who both won Oscars for their roles, the film took home 8 awards in total, beating out
Wow.
major American competition at the time, such as The Curious Case of Benjamin Button and Milk.
Yeah, that was a really fun film. It just felt good at the end. It feels good to see the underdog win, you know? That was a great film. Much better than The Curious Case of Benjamin Button and Milk put together. Congrats, Slumdog Millionaire. You're a millionaire. Oh, that was stupid.
Number 6, Oliver. Musicals often prove a big hit with the Academy, and this melodic adaptation of Oliver Twist is certainly one of the classics. As one of the most beloved versions of Charles Dickens' tale of the runaway orphan turned pickpocket, the film is as much remembered for its soundtrack than it is for the story itself. Songs such as Food, Glorious Food and Curious Yourself became a major part of British pop culture, making the film more than worthy of its 6 statuettes, including Best Picture and Best Score.
Yeah, I can see why this one won Best Picture. Not really my kind of thing. I'm not a huge fan of musicals unless they're subverting the genre. I think I watched this in 8th grade English class, so it feels like school to me to watch it. But a classic. Worth watching if you've not seen it.
Number 5, Gandhi. Another
Oh,
award-winning
yeah.
effort largely set in India, 5th spot goes to Richard Attenborough's biopic about the life of the leader of India's independence movement, Mahatma Gandhi. Recounting his story from early protests in South Africa to his untimely death, Gandhi is an epic tale detailing the leader's historic quest for peace and freedom. Led by Ben Kingsley's famous performance as the eponymous figure, this film would ultimately collect 8 Oscars in 1983.
Is that Candice Bergen? Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen this one. Excellent performance by Ben Kingsley. I feel like this is exactly the kind of film that the Oscars likes to reward. I wonder what it was up against. 1983. Missing E.T., Tootsie, and The Verdict. Tootsie and E.T. For me personally, those are the better movies, but I can see why the Academy would give it to Gandhi. It's like, okay, you can't give Tootsie Best Picture, it's a comedy. You can't give E.T. Best Picture because it's science fiction, but I enjoyed them more. Anyway, E.T. might actually be my favorite movie. Is that weird?
Number 4, The Bridge on the River Kwai.
Oh,
A
yes!
film based on a French novel set in Burma, David Lean takes the director's chair for this war epic.
Beautiful film.
Telling the story of British POWs during World War II who were forced to build the titular bridge for the Japanese army. The film's themes of uncompromising war and unbreakable morale resonated with a world not far removed from the conflict. Bridge on the River Kwai won 7 Oscars, including Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Actor for Alec Guinness. And
Awesome.
it's still considered a definitive achievement within its genre.
This is one of those films for me where I was totally surprised. It looked like a boring old film, but everybody said I should watch it. I did, and I loved it. It sucks you in. It's a really great film. Beautiful performance by Alec Guinness. Glad to know that he got the Oscar for it. Glad to know this won Best Picture. Yeah, this is a really good one. I like this one a lot. Thumbs up.
Number 3, A Man for All Seasons. Adapted for the
I've
screen
not
by
seen
Robert
this.
Bolt from a play that he wrote, this biographical drama centres on Henry VIII's Lord Chancellor Sir Thomas More. It's regarded not only as a fitting testament to the man himself, but as one of the best biopics of all time. Paul Scofield's performance as More netted him an Academy Award for Best Actor, but the film is equally remembered for its stellar supporting cast, from John Hurt as Robert Shaw to the iconic
John
Orson
Hurt.
Welles.
Orson Welles fits right into this costume, doesn't he? It looks like he was born to wear that. I've never seen this one. Maybe I need to check it out. I do like John Hurt and Orson Welles. A Man for All Seasons. 1966. Wow. Another one I gotta see. So far, I need to check out The English Patient and A Man for All Seasons.
Number 2, Chariots of Fire.
Right.
Recounting the 1924 Olympics from the perspective of two British athletes, this historical sports drama is as synonymous with running as Rocky is with boxing.
I remember the song.
The simultaneous stories of Harold Abrams and Eric Liddell serve to highlight the different reasons sport is important, and the film's dual protagonist formula has proven influential in other sports movies since, like Warrior and Rush. And then there's Vangelis' breathtaking score. It's enough to inspire anyone to lace up their trainers.
Yeah, I remember seeing Chariots of Fire a long time ago, and I remember thinking it was kind of boring. Actually, I'm remembering now, I saw it in a drive-through theater. I think I was with my parents and my brother. I think I ended up watching another movie, looking out the back window of the car while listening to the audio from this movie. I think I was watching Police Academy out the back window of the car while this was playing. So, for a child at the time, this was a very boring film. And that song was all over the radio. Dun, 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 everywhere. Maybe I need to watch this again because I'd probably appreciate it now. I preferred Police Academy at the time. How times have changed.
Number 1, Lawrence of Arabia.
Of course.
Lawrence of Arabia isn't just the greatest British film to win Best Picture, it's often listed as one of the greatest movies of all time.
Absolutely.
Another historical epic, it's arguably made its title character more famous than any of his real-life accomplishments. Peter O'Toole plays T.E. Lawrence, a British Army officer and archaeologist, in a career-defining role as one of cinema's most captivating protagonists. From its visuals to its score, Lawrence of Arabia has earned its spot on cinema's top table, a must-see for any movie fan.
Yeah, Lawrence of Arabia, amazing film, beautiful, well done, great story all around, just a really good trip. I think it's pretty long, but it's worth it if you've not seen it. Do it. Commit to it. I mean, some of the shots are just breathtakingly beautiful. I just reacted to another video last week, I think, and they mentioned Lawrence of Arabia being one of the most influential British films of all time. Absolutely, I see it. I actually own a copy of this. I like it so much. This inspired Steven Spielberg to become a director. Kind of a white savior thing, though. I gotta see The English Patient and A Man for All Seasons. Okay. I'm surprised there are a couple on here that I haven't seen. And I didn't realize 12 Years a Slave was a British film. That's crazy. I mean, it's not crazy. That's wild. Wild is the same thing as crazy. Anyway, I'm caffeinated. Sorry to ramble. Yeah, these were great films. Thank you all for watching this with me, and I'll see you next time. Later.